Well, the boat shows are underway. The powerboat show actually starts today, and we have a few weeks left in Annapolis, and we were thinking about all of the many projects that we need to get done while we're here, or at least attempt to get done while we're here. So we decided to lay them out today and show you what we're planning, and hopefully we can get it all done in the next couple of weeks.
This one might be an ambitious one, but finishing the solar panel install. If you look back there, currently the back corner is just held on by a wood clamp. I think it was Hunter who told me a temporary solution is the most permanent one, and that has been the case for the last 6 months of this solar panel. So maybe we'll get that one fixed, but we'll see.
Oh my gosh, what
oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that. Oh my god.
Giant pelican, maybe? That's disgusting. Okay, well, cleaning the dinghy is now on the list.
What the
That's upsetting.
That sucks so much.
We've never had a bird poop on our dinghy and it's covered. Okay, what I was going to say is that we need we would like to get a floating dinghy line. This is just
a normal rope.
Normal rope. It's not great for this, and yeah, it needs to be replaced, so that's on the list.
Oh my god. I'm devastated. We've been without stanchions basically since we bought the boat. I think the previous one's cracked at a dock or something. So we had these ones made, which is really sick, but we haven't installed them yet. So that's definitely on the list, so then we can get these lines pushed back out a little bit so we can walk on the side again.
This is what the other side looks like with the stanchions. We usually use this side to walk up front, but hopefully fixing the other side we'll be able to use both.
Another thing we'd like to replace is our anchor and chain. The anchor's doing okay, but the chain we think needs to be replaced. The previous owner flipped it already, and it's just time. We need new chain, and we'd sleep better at night, and hopefully with a new setup, maybe we'd have a little less issues with dragging.
We also need to replace our navigation lights. I want to say just the red one and the back one don't work. The green one's still okay, but I think it's just time to replace all of them. So you can see here we still have like a little headlamp out that we were using as our red light as we were getting up here. So definitely want to replace those. We also need to do some troubleshooting on our top light, which is like a tricolor light, and our anchor light, because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So we kind of need to get to the bottom of that one. Similar to the solar panels, our Starlink install is a half install. I don't even know if I really like it in this spot. We might move it under the hard top. Not totally positive, but right now our cable gland is just this hatch. So it would be nice to get that actually ran through a cable gland and up onto the deck. There's an unused kind of like gland over here. So maybe we could kind of like swap that out and use one of those.
Unless we decide to run it under.
Yeah, unless we decide to move it over here, and then we'll kind of figure out how we're gonna do that.
This light we just installed and it's working great. But it's not like fully installed up here. We're gonna add some shims and then stain them and just get it looking good and nice and sturdy. So this we just bought. It's actually a banister, but we're gonna be using it to mount right here. We're gonna cut it to size and mount it in the kitchen and get it all stained and looking pretty. And then the plan is to also build a net and attach that across so that we can hang up fruits and vegetables across this area in the kitchen. Okay, one of the biggest upgrades besides the anchor and chain that I think we're gonna make is getting a freezer. We currently have this fridge and we have a built-in fridge in this room into the bed, and they're both great, but we do not have any kind of freezer except for the little tiny one in here that is constantly overflowing with ice. So really looking forward to getting one. Louisa, who lived on this boat before, one of the first things she said to me was that she would want a freezer on this boat, and they lived on it for 4 years, and now that I've lived on it for a while, I'm like, yeah, we need a freezer, it's time. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think we're going to install it into this room where this other fridge is.
Our EPIRB. So we've had this EPIRB for like 9 months, but we could never register it for us. It is country locked to Denmark, and technically it doesn't need a new battery for a year, but we couldn't register it because it was country locked to Denmark, and we're a United States registered boat. So we need to send this in to get reprogrammed. And then because the battery is going to be up so soon, they're like 10-year batteries, we're just going to get that replaced as well.
I just wanted to quickly point out, this is Shelly the Skelly. And she was a gift from Brett and Marissa, and their boat's name is Shelly, so it fits pretty perfectly.
It's time to hop in the dinghy and clean up this giant mess the birds left us. Neither of us were in a good mood for this one, and I will spare you the up-close shot because it was honestly disgusting and smelled like a petting zoo. Because the dinghy bounces around so much more than the big boat, I ended up getting motion sickness during this and had to hop out at the end. I sat on the boat and disinfected the things we left in the dinghy while Patrick finished cleaning. Thank you, Patrick. Morning.
Good morning indeed.
Our lovely friends Joni and Norbert let us borrow their car today, so we're running all of the errands. I had to pick up a package from UPS, and now we're gonna go to Home Depot.
One of the more cosmetic projects we wanted to handle is there's no real way that we have like a good space to hang fruit. So we kind of want to add a pole up by our kitchen counter so that we can hang like a net across and put fruit in between, because everybody has these awesome fruit hammocks, but we don't really have space for them inside. So I was like, what if we just got like a table leg or like a kind of banister and then just put it right there, and then we could go from this like I don't know if banister's the right word.
I think the banister works.
All the way to the end, and then boom, we have like space for a huge fruit net, and it would be sick.
Yeah, you want to show them the varnish?
Yeah, so we got some varnish that looks like
the wood we have at home.
The wood we have at home, this trim piece. I think it'll work out.
We got groceries. We got, had to pick up our, what are these? Our boat cards. We finally have boat cards. Very exciting. I haven't looked at them yet. We'll do that on the boat, but we are rich in things.
Yep.
While we were out, we went to 2 different grocery stores because we were totally out of food on the boat. Then we had to load everything up into our little granny cart, then the dinghy, and then finally onto our boat Talia. Sometimes just moving stuff on and off the boat can be such a chore, especially being on anchor or on a mooring.
This place is getting so busy for the boat show. It's kind of insane to see. I mean, I think we knew that was gonna happen. It's just like the level of it is kind of wild.
Yeah, like the whole parking lot area is totally getting filled up. There's boats just like floating around, lining up to go get into the docks that they're building. Because I think they build the docks around the boats. It's totally crazy.
So there's like docks where there used to just be a mooring field, and it's just kind of wild to see. But cool.
Yeah, should be a fun time. Can you show me the knife you picked to cut them with?
Yeah.
Oh, nice choice.
I cut them off.
Good work.
Alright, what knife did you think I picked?
I don't know, you always pick the smallest knife I could ever imagine you cutting something with, so I was kind of impressed that you picked a normal sized knife for this occasion. I was proud of you.
It was already out. So.
Oh, good.
I think flowers like to eat this because it doesn't look very appetizing.
It's funny looking at you through the jar.
We picked up some get well soon flowers for our friend Joni that we're gonna drop off later tonight when we thank them for letting us borrow their car.
Look at me opening things under our beautiful new lamp. Oh nice, they're in a cute box. We finally accomplished the first step of being boat owners. Oh, I can't open it. They put these tapes on and now the cute box is ruined.
Hate to see it.
Look at this. We have boat cards. So we decided to just put our social medias on here, and then we left space on the back to write like phone numbers if we want to meet up with someone or whatnot, but just general public, like, I don't know. We didn't want to put our phone numbers on every card. I think that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I also think it's pretty normal for it just to be social media stuff.
But now we have something we can hand people. People give us boat cards so often, and I never have anything to give them back. But now we do.
Your tiny hand in mine, you're 5 feet off the ground. You rest on my shoulder. The stars convey the light. so fragile in the night. In this moment, in this moment, forever be, forever be. In this moment, in this moment, forever be, forever be.
I don't have a lot of practice with watercolors. Over the last few years, most of my artwork has been digital because we move around so much. But I had a lot of fun with this, and hopefully I'll have more time to do it again soon.
Oh, it won't be long, fading now into a memory. A picture on the wall, the moment frozen not to fall. In this moment, in this moment, forever be, forever be.
Overall, we're really enjoying Annapolis and have been settling into a bit of a routine here. The best part has been meeting so many other boaters. How friendly and welcoming everyone is has to be one of my favorite parts about this lifestyle. And that includes all of the boaters and wannabe boaters online that have been so helpful and welcoming towards us. We really appreciate you all.
Look at this boat show.
This is the powerboat show.
There's a Helly Hansen booth over there.
How crazy has it been this week?
Dude, it's like a madhouse over there. They've just been bringing in like all of the boats.
Yeah.
They're building the docks and stuff.
It's crazy as people who've never experienced this to be like on the water while it's happening.
Yeah, definitely.
While we've been here, we've been filling up our water with these 5-gallon water bags.
It's not the easiest of chores, but you know, it's what we're doing for right now. I feel like I've read such mixed things about water makers and using them in like crowded anchorages and stuff. Some people are like, it's totally fine. Some people are like, I don't know.
I think it's just our own comfort level right now, because it's not just that like the mooring field's full. They're also like production is like happening right now, because there's like so
there's
many.
Like a lot of boats, a lot of gasoline, oil in the water, that kind of stuff.
So it just feels like the water's going through a lot right now, and I don't really want to make our water out of that.
And just with how dirty it is, kind of, it's just, I know you like blast through filters so quick. And
yeah, so right now it makes sense to just get water, and we really don't consume
use a lot
much, so it's not that bad to keep up with for us. We shower and do laundry off the boat. Could this lighting be any worse? But we're not using a lot of water.
So our freezer is quite iced over after being gone for a couple weeks. Didn't really think about that one as we were going. So we're gonna try to just knock some of this off, because otherwise it's just gonna take over the fridge completely. And I know some people are gonna at me about chiseling away at this. I have a pretty good idea of where the fridge ends, the fridge starts and the ice ends.
Wouldn't it be nice if we could just press fast forward and chores like this went this quickly in real life?
It's a touch rocky today, but it's also like the sunniest day we've had in a long time. And I think it's gonna rain for like the next 4 days. So I'm gonna try to work on the dinghy engine while we have the chance. So some of the things on the dinghy engine are working a little better. Fuel pickup wise, things are kind of looking good. We're no longer getting like fuel starved, but the engine's still just running kind of rough. And I'm not quite sure why. And I've cleaned the carb like a couple of times now, and I'm just kind of like, well, it was only 70 bucks on Amazon. Let's just try to swap the carb out and see if that'll help. Got the old carb. Part of me wonders if this liquid seal isn't working well enough. Let me just grab the new carb. O-ring in place. God, I'm gonna get motion sick just for trying to do this and start rolling out here all of a sudden. And this guy back into here. Okay, so now kind of moment of truth. Let's see if this runs and if it sounds any better. Look at me remembering to put the key in before I embarrass myself. So that was not it. Still shakes, still seems unhappy.
I know these types of videos are not as exciting as sailing and taking our boat to new places, but we appreciate you all for sticking around while we get through a rather busy time in our lives. I think it's also helpful to show this side of boat life, because it's not always adventures in the form of sailing and exploring 100% of the time. Sometimes the adventure is just keeping up with the boat and figuring out how to get groceries and water. However, we are excited to start traveling south in a few weeks and make our way back to the Bahamas and bring you all along with us.
Found the culprit of the dinghy pooping. Get off.
These four walls get so depressing. I'm so tired of my second guessing. Reading every text you sent just one more time. It's quiet when we both are sober, but 2 drinks in and we start all over again. And it feels so